Okie dokie, want to sit on your heels, knees wide. I'm wondering if there's any questions on the practice from last week. Any queries before we start? No? Okie dokie. Alright, so when you're ready, sitting on your heels, knees wide, lengthening up through the base of the skull. Place the tongue gently against the upper palate. The eyes closed, relax your jaw. And just take a moment to find your seat. Sit down heavily on the heels, lengthen up gently through the base of the skull. Draw your attention to the crown of the head, the eyebrow center, and inviting your guides, your teachers, your loved ones, God Self, to connect to your consciousness. Inviting the bright golden light to enter through the crown, through the eyebrow center. Enlivening, brightening the organs in the head, in the chest, in the abdomen. Bright golden sunshine. Smiling into the brain. Smiling into the chest, into the lungs and the heart. Smile down into your liver on the right side. Smile into your stomach, spleen on the left, your intestines in the middle, the kidneys in the back, the bladder below the navel. Smiling, bright, golden sunshine in through the crown, third eye center, down through each organ. Imagine a picture of bright sun just in front of you, lighting up your face, lightening up the inner body. Smile to that sunshine. So the Taoists believe the first protocol is to smile internally, smiling to our organs so they remember that they're a team. They work as a team, not just independently. In order for them to be healthy and work optimally, they need to work together. Smiling into your organs as a team. As we go through the middle of the head massage, just keep smiling into your organs. So bring the palms together, give them a rub, get some heat. As you cup the palms over the eyes, patting gently, open and close your eyes. Curling your fingers over the top of the head to the neck. thumbs to your temples, sorry, knuckle of the thumb, so thumb in the fist, circling the temples. And taking your thumb to your temples, rub across the eyebrow from inside to out with the index knuckle. And then across the eyelid. And under the eye. And 2 fingers in the corners of the eyes are circling. And back to the thumb knuckle. Bridge of the nose, either side of the bridge of the nose, upper sinus, circling. Down and wider, lower sinus, circling. Two straight fingers, back of the ear. Rub the bony protrusion. Fingers rubbing like coins, top of the ear. Coming down the ear. We're like pulling on the earlobe, so the ears relate to the kidneys. So you like your big ears coming down, connecting all the way into your kidneys. The shape gives it away. Then we're going to come down the throat, so pinching down, in and down with the fingers. And then we'll add a little extra, so just to the side with the head, ladies to the left, gents to the right, so just on the top of the trapezius, just press and circle until you get, you might find a sensitive spot and just stay there for a moment. And then flicking off firmly, the heel of the hand. We're going to the other side. Press and circle. Try to find the belly of the muscle, probably halfway between the neck and the shoulder. And then press off. Flicking off. Good. And then you're going to come and stand up. So we'll start with the loose fist on the sacrum. Tap, tap, tap. So if you find the top of the hip and then work down towards the tail. Top of the hip down towards the tail. Right, we're going to do one leg at a time. So ladies, you can do the right, gents can do the left. So buttock, back of the thigh, back of the knee, calf, belly of the calf, just above the knee, belly of the thigh, right into the groin. Do it again on the same side. Buttock, belly of the thigh, back of the knee, belly of the calf, just above the knee, belly of the thigh, and into the groin. We'll do the other side. Buttock, belly of the thigh, back of the knee, belly of the calf, just above the knee, belly of the thigh, groin. One more time, buttock, thigh, side. Now, we're going to come up to the kidneys. Then we'll go back to the right arm for the ladies, left for the gents. So start at the top. So I'm using loose fist again. Then come down the arm, so belly of the tricep, just above the elbow, elbow, center of the forearm, back of the wrist, palm, underside of the wrist, center of the forearm, inner elbow, just above the elbow in the bicep, belly of the bicep, top of the shoulder. Do that one more time. Belly of the tricep, back of the arm, just above the elbow, elbow, forearm center, back of the wrist, palm, underside of the wrist, forearm center, inner elbow, base of the bicep, belly of the bicep. Then you lift the arm under the armpits, all the way down the side to the top of the hip. Just do that a few times downwards only. Good, other side, top of the shoulder, belly of the tricep, just above the elbow, elbow, center of the forearm, back of the wrist, palm, underside of the wrist, forearm center, inner elbow, base of the bicep, belly of the bicep, back to the shoulder one more time, down the outside, upper arm, lower arm, elbow, forearm, wrist, palm, wrist, forearm, elbow, base of the bicep, belly of the bicep, arm up, armpits, down, good, then right side, liver, work your way across, transverse colon, spleen kidney, or sorry, spleen stomach, descending colon, back across, ascending colon, liver, transverse, spleen stomach, descending colon one more time around. Good, relax. Feet parallel, shoulder distance, start to shake the tree. So, releasing the joints in the foot, the ankle. Moving up into the back of the knee joint. Up into the hip socket. Into the sacrum. Up to the lumbar spine, counting our blessings, counting the lumbar, 5 to 1. And the thoracic, 12 to 1. All the way up to the neck from C7 to C1. Up into the bottoms of the head. And then look back down to the shoulder, from the shoulder joint into the elbow. From the elbow into the wrist, fingers. And then bring a bit of freedom to it so that your arms move as you wish. Move from the base of the spine, up the spine, to the head. Uninhibited. Close your eyes, no one's looking. And bring that to a slow stop. Where the chi flowing through the limbs, the arms, to the spine. Where the chi flows, the blood flows. We'll make our way through the joints. So, starting with the ankle, top of the foot back, rolling out. And rolling in. Again, rolling out on the side. Big toe to little toe. And then little toe to big toe, rolling in. Reach all the distance, head forward, head around to the right, focus on the crown. Pause in the middle and change direction. Try not to move your shoulders. Pause in the middle, then we do the crane neck, chin forward, back and in, forward, back and in. Other way, forward, down and in. Pause, then look over the left shoulder. Now take your eyes back and down. Lengthen the base of the skull up. And take your eyes up. Don't move your head. Base of the skull up, eyes up. Relax the eyes, head down to the midline. Go to the side, look down. Base of the skull lengthening up. Arms gently hanging by your sides. Eyes up. If you want to look straight up into the sky. And then relax the eyes back down to midline. Slowly lift the head. Shoulders up, back and down. Focus on lifting from the thymus gland just above the heart. Changing direction, focus between the shoulder blades, T5. Relax. Now as you inhale, short inhale up, short exhale down. Wrists, palms together, rolling on the wrist. Keep the forearms close. Changing direction. And relax. Now we're just going to turn from the waist and the hip. Hands on the back of the hip. Changing direction. relax your arms, bend the knee slightly, and just turning from the tailbone and the sacrum only. So the hips stay fairly steady. Changing direction. Now we're going to pump the sacrum, so draw forward and tight on the pelvic floor. So contracting the pelvic floor as you bring the sacrum forward, then relax, forward, relax, forward, relax. Sacral pump. 3 more. And relax. Okay. Standing with the feet together, bend your knees. So just forward and back. Don't lock your knees, you go back, keep a slight bend. Circling the knee. Changing direction. Then we're going to take the knee forward and away from each other. Then out and in towards each other. Coming up slowly. We'll do swimming with the dragon. So I'll do it from the side. Fist at the hip. Inhale. As you exhale, turn the wrist down. Throw the hips back. On the empty, wrists up. Inhale, press into the feet. Hips forward. Head back. Exhale, throw the hips back. Turn the wrist. Turn the wrist up. Inhale. Drive the hip. Move up the spine. Maybe the head can go back a bit more. Just find your comfortable range with your head. Inhale, drive the hips forward. Move up the spine. Exhale, drive the hips back. Use the legs to come up. Not comfortable taking the head back, just look forward, but get the movement up between the shoulders. Three more. Next time you come up, inhale. And exhale, hands down. Okay. Standing with the feet, shoulder distance, parallel. Palms open. Inhale, reach out. Hands meet, hold your breath. Hands down from eye level, exhale. Empty. Two more. Bending your knees and your elbows, hold the ball, inhale. So now the knee, I'm going to feel like it's screwing out and down. So you feel the firmness in the shin, in the foot. Relax the tail like it's dangling between the buttocks. Base of the skull lengthening up. Shoulders over the hips. Tongue up. Jaw relaxed. Smiling. Golden sunshine into the brain. Organs in the chest and the abdomen. Relaxing down on your feet. And we're going to start to shift. So slowly inhale first. Exhaling to the left. Inhale to the center. Remember, move from the navel, don't move from the top. Move from the center. Try not to stick your hip out to the side or stick your shoulder out to the side. Keep shoulders and hips over each other. Slowly shifting. Weight down on the foot that's taking more weight. Back of the knee bending straight ahead. Don't let the knee bend in. One more set. Find yourself busy in the mind. This is a good one to do. Gets you into your feet. Now, relax the arms, and you're just going to shift. And then as we shift, you turn towards that shift. The arms are loose, and they're swinging, they're kind of tapping just around the hip. Back of the hip, side of the hip. Turn towards the shift. This is the first swing. Now, I asked you before to keep your head straight ahead. If you find yourself not sure where you're moving from, keep your head in the center. Just shift and let the arms swing. The head can turn, but it shouldn't be a movement from the top. It should be a movement from the bottom, from below the navel. The lower Tantian. Tantian means field of Qi. Emily, you've got to turn towards your shift. You're turning the wrong way. Whatever way you shift, turn that way. That's better. Now, we're going to move this into the second swing. So as you shift away, turn the heel forward. The arms go towards the foot that turns. So now you're turning away from your shift. Heel turns. Opposite foot turns forward. Weight on the leg you shift towards. Arms swing loosely around the waist now, or the liver, spleen, stomach, kidneys. the middle tangent. Keep going, I'll have a look at you. Turn on the ball foot, make sure this weight as it shifts, the knee bends straight ahead, just like the first movements we did. Make sure the knee doesn't pull in towards your twist, yeah? Straight ahead. Looks kind of okay. You're just breathing normally, keep the tongue in position. Try not to lean with the spine, keep the spine upright, shoulders over the hips. A few more rounds. Now we're going to do the third swing. So let's see if we can come straight into it. The legs stay the same. Legs stay the same. So now the arms are going to come in the middle, down and to the up, down and swing. Up, down and swing. So I'll do it slow. You can follow along. I go up. As they come down, you shift. One arm back, one arm across. As you come back in the middle, they come down, shift, turn, one arm across, one arm back. Up in the middle, down in the middle, shift, one arm across, one arm back. You've got the movement, eventually it comes into a swinging action. This one works the upper tangent, so the heart, the lungs, brain. So when you're taking both arms behind you, one goes straight out to the side, one goes behind. The arm in front is straight out to the side, the arm behind is straight behind. A few more rounds. If you get lost, just start again and go slow. It's not about the speed at which you move. There is a rhythm to it, but you have to get the movement right first. All right, relax. Relax. So let me just make a couple of points on this one, because once you get too busy with the rhythm, you can lose the technique. And the technique is important. So most of you seem to have got this part, okay? Just make sure when you shift that your knee doesn't come with you. It stays over the center of the foot. It's about 90% weight in this foot, 10 in this. So I don't lean. Yeah? When I take the arms, one comes across. Some of you are taking both arms back, which means the waist is coming and the knee is coming. The knee stays over here, the hip stays over here. It's one arm across, one arm straight back, not both arms. Yeah? Head is over here. Up, down, shift, straight across, straight back. Yeah? Down, up, down, shift. Down, up, down, shift. Down, up, down, shift. Okay? Any questions on that before we move on? Happy with the 3 swings? Okay, so standing with the feet parallel, slight bend in the knee. So I should say those 3 swings, it's good to do them independently. Takes 5-10 minutes if you do them, whatever, 18, 36 times. I usually do 36 of each. Boom, 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 5 minutes. And notice the difference between the feeling here, then the feeling here, then the feeling in the upper dantian. Yeah, because each one has its own area of focus. Yeah. It's good to practice these things independently so you get a feeling of their individual quality. If they're bunched all together in a long sequence, you're not really sure what their function is or what their feeling is. Do it by itself. Yeah? So, go ahead. You can do it anytime you want. In the evening, you're going to find it's going to create energy, so it might not help you sleep immediately because you'll feel uplifted and the energy shifted. So generally, first thing in the morning is the best time to do it. But if you only have time to do it in the evening, do it in the evening. Okay? Sure. Better doing it sometime than no time. Yeah. So feet parallel, slight bend in the knee, screwing the knee slightly out and down. It's the tendons that lock you in. And then we do lifting the sky. So palms down, fingers face each other, looking down. Inhale as the arms rise, look up. It's a Hasam. Exhale through the mouth. Down, inhale. Head neutral when the arms go down. Look down, inhale, look up. Head neutral. So feel the fingers spread, connecting towards each other, palms pressing away from you. Keeping the weight in the feet. As the arms go up, don't come off your feet. Don't lift your tailbone either. Keep the tailbone dropping down as the arms come up. This one works the channels in the arms, heart, small intestine, long, large intestine, pericardium, triple burner. One more. We move into fireworks, so crossing the wrist, reaching up as the wrist palms face away. Then sink into the back of the knee, sink the hip, exhale. Stress the legs, push down to rise up, inhale. Legs can straighten, exhale, sink down from the knee, from the hip. Inhale, reach up. Make sure you work from the legs, not the back. It's not important you touch the floor, reach the floor, just sink down low. Push up from the legs. Three more. Next time your arms come down, just relax them by the sides. Be aware of the feeling of movement, circulation in the arms and the legs. Now the next one we haven't done before, so I'll show you first. It's called pushing mountains. So I'll show you from the front and then I'll show you from the side. The stance is still the same, so the basic Qigong stance is with the knees bent, the knees screwing out and down. So that's from the front, and I see from the side, so there's a slight shifting of my weight. So I start with the palms facing out. As I push forward, I shift my weight a little bit forward. As I pull back, I shift my weight slightly back. So there's a sporadic movement of the arm. The palm stays open, don't bend your wrist. Or your wrist stays bent, I should say, don't straighten the wrist. Okay, there we go. It's fairly straightforward. You want to get the feeling of pushing out through the palms, drawing back to the legs. So palms facing forward. Now they're just literally in line with their side waist. Don't have them too high or too low. Without moving your body, just let your palms come forward. So you're not trying to straighten fully. There's a slight bend in the elbow even when you fully extended the arm. And then you come back, so it's a circle up, back, down, forward. Slightly up, back, down, forward. It's not a very big circle. It's kind of elliptical movements. And then as you come back, you shift a bit into your heels. As you go forward, you shift a little forward to the toes. Don't grip the toes. Just find a small shift. Forward as you go forward with the hands. Back as you come back. I tend to exhale as I push out. Inhale as I draw in. You might find it feels more natural to do it the other way. That's fine. It's like you're pressing a wall of chi away from you. So focus on the palms, the feet. Some systems you see they straighten the wrist, pull back and then push out. There's an indication here with all the Qigong movements, they're related to the martial arts system. So they minimize any movements that might put you at physical jeopardy. So for example, if you were to bend your wrist on the way back, it gives an attacker the opportunity to take hold of your wrist and do something with you. Keep your palms open, you have less opportunity to do that. So most of these movements can be applied in a martial context. Couple more rounds. Exhale, push out. Lower the hands. Let your legs straighten. Just relax the arms, relax the legs. Pay attention to the feeling in the arms in particular. You might notice when the wrist bends and stays bent like that, the fingers get a bit stiff, so you can move the fingers if you need to, shake the wrist a little bit. Okay, so from here we're going to move towards the embracing the tree, which is the last stance we've been doing. I'm just going to set you up with a few different things because there's different ways in which you can work with embracing the tree. It's actually a whole practice in itself called Iron Shirt Qigong, but we're just working with the basic movement first. So we'll start by opening the hip a little bit, then we'll work with the tendons in the arms, the tongue out, and then we'll do some breathing. And that sets us up to hold the stance for a while, okay? So if you start with your feet turned out, roughly shoulder distance, you may need to go wider. So we're going to squat down and you're going to place your hands on the inside, from the outside turned in as you squat down. And we're just going to lift the hip and parallel your feet. So the version of what you might call Uttanasana in the yoga. And as the feet turn out, you squat down, exhale. Press into the feet to come up, inhale, lift the hip. Parallel the feet, hips forward, squat down, turn the feet out, exhale. So you can take as many breaths as you need, but I generally take an inhale to come up, Lengthen the spine, and exhale to lift. Stress the legs to lift the hip. Engage the thighs to straighten the leg. When you lift the hip, bring your hip forward. Arms straight, legs straight, chin forward. Keep the chin forward, stretching the tendons in the back of the body. So in the Qigong, I'm more interested in stretching the tendons so that you can hold the stance work for longer without inviting the muscles to engage. Really only concerned with the muscles if they're blocked significantly. It's really all bones and tendons and organs. A couple more. Next time you come up leg straight, stay there. Keep your chin forward. Just going to shake the hip left and right a few times. And move from your sacrum. And relax the head. Relax the shoulders. Keep shaking the hip. Back and forth. Or sorry, side to side, I should say. Then, hands on your hips. Press into your feet to come up. Good. Now, if you notice we didn't do the spinal breathing yet, so we're going to do it here because it applies more to this shape. So, when you're ready, feet shoulder distance, thumb in the fist, lift the tailbone, elbows back, inhale. Stepping in, exhale. Waist back, kidneys back, sacrum forward, elbows forward. Step out as you inhale. Step the other foot in as you exhale. Other foot out. Other foot in. Keep alternating and step out. Remember to lift the tail as you step out. Sacrum forward as you step in. One more. And lifting up. Okay, now we'll work the tendons in the arms. So you come up onto the ball of the foot and we turn from the wrist, yeah? So inhaling, turn the wrist back and then forward, turn them out from the thumbs, lift your heels, tongue out. Back on the heels, wrist back, turn them back and out the other way. So little fingers turning in, thumbs out. Scoop the hands back,